video, we will be talking about the 4 things we learned in Management 186. Cherry, kung ka nakasa-assignment na to sa amortization table, taman daw 30 years. Ha? Wala gihapon na zero! Help me! Sherry, I have the solution! Hi, I'm Levy, and the topic that I choose for this video is the basic functions and operators in Excel. So I think it is very significant because it gives convenience to the user and it offers us to further exploit the benefits of Excel, like adding through sum function or just adding through the sum button. So today I'll be discussing to you the basic functions and operators in Excel and how to use them.
So there are several basic Excel functions and operators, starting from addition to concatenation. In logical comparison, we also have the equal to not equal to. So these are the operators which can be found in the keyboard. The multiplications would be the asterisk sign, the division would be the slash sign, and the concatenation is the and sign. So there are several functions. There are sum, product, quotient, and concatenate. So this part, the combining functions, is what I will demonstrate to you. So it's a combination of functions, and an example for this is the income statements, sales versus operating expense. So we will going to use the if function combined with another if function. So if sales is greater than operating expense, then is net income. If it is not, the logical test would be sales equal to operating expense. If this logical test is true, then it would be break even. And if this logical test is false, then it is net loss. So let's see if it is break even or not. So the answer is break even.
So the reason why I chose this topic is because I found it important and very helpful, especially when doing a lot of calculations with a big data. So instead of manually computing everything when you want to change one value, with the use of cell referencing, it will automatically change the value itself. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how.
In this video, I will show you how cell referencing is used in the Excel spreadsheet by computing the values in the income statement. Let me start with the basic, which is cell referencing a data from one cell on the worksheet. Let's transfer the value of the fixed cost from this cell into cell in the income statement by, just like any other formulas in Excel, which we begin by putting equal sign and then click the cell where the value of fixed cost is located, then click enter, or it could be in two different cells. Let's calculate the sales, for example, by multiplying the units sold and the selling price. Equal sign, and then instead of manually writing 3000 or inputting 3000, we click the cell where 3000 or units sold is located, multiply it by the selling price, and then we have here the value of the sales. Now, another important use of cell referencing is that we can refer to data in cells from other worksheets. Let's solve for the cost of goods sold, wherein cost of goods sold located in sheet 2 is 60% of the sales. So equal sign, then click the value of sales from this sheet. We multiply it by the value of COGS located in sheet 2, which is 60%, and then click enter. So we have here cost of goods sold. Now we can get the gross profit subtracting the sales and cost of goods sold, and then income statement by subtracting gross profit and the fixed cost. So we have here a net income of 1,000. So what if we change the value of the selling price into 10 pesos instead of 5? So what will happen? So the values in the income statement changes automatically. This is one of the power or magic of using the cell referencing. You can easily change a value without worrying of going through all the calculations manually, which is a waste of time and effort. So cell referencing is very important.
Annyeong! Kinsay gusto cum laude? Imagine if you want to know how much or unsa nga grade inyong gusto makuha sa 186 para 1.75 inyong siwa. Lisod, right? But if you're goal seek, pwede na inyong mahimo. For example, if you want to change a specific value to get a specific outcome, the same way that managers can do that by either finding out how much sales should change if they want to get a specific amount or value of a net income. So, this is how you do it.
We have here an example of a very simple income statement with the sales, COGS, and net income. So, instead of manually changing numbers to test different outcomes in the net income, we can utilize GoalSeek. So, the first step is to click the cell whose outcome you want to change. For example, you want the net income to be twice more than what it is now. So, you go to Data, click under What If Analysis, and choose GoalSeek. Then, you input, if you want 500 to become 1,000, you input 1,000, and then click the cell that you want to change in order to get that value, which is cell B2 where the unit sold is located. And then click OK. GoalSeek results into a net income of 1,000 by changing the units sold into 200, which means that as a manager, you need to be able to sell 200 units in order for you to get a net income of 1,000.
Hi, I'm Angelica, and the topic that I've chosen for this video would be all about loan amortizations. I chose this topic because I think it would be really important and relevant for me when I graduate, especially if I would start to work, I would have my own credit card, let's say, and I would want to buy a phone, or I would want to buy a car or a condo or whatsoever. And this would be convenient for me with Excel because I could just manipulate the interest, the loan years, and the number of payments. So in a while, I'm going to show you how to compute a sample for loan amortization. To get the loan amortization, we have to start with a payment function, which is PMT, and it asks for the rate, which is 7%, the NPER of the number of periods, you multiply the payments per year and the loan term, and of course a negative principal amount to get a positive amount on the payment. So for this function, we have to lock the columns and the rows in order for us to be able to copy and paste it or to reference it into another cell. So now with the payment, we have to put it on the year 1 because we already have computed the monthly payment for this loan.
Next, for the interest, we use the function of the IPMT, and then again it asks for the rate, the period, which is year 1, the number of periods, you multiply again the payments per year, and then the loan term, and again a negative PV for the principal to get a positive interest. And again, we need to lock the columns and the rows in order for us to be able to reference it and drag and drop without changing the values needed, like the payments, like the interest, and so on. However, we don't need to lock the C12. We don't need to lock the 12, only the C, because as you can see, the numbers as we drag and drop them changed. Only C was locked, not the 12. So the answers will be changed per year. So for the principal, we only need to copy and paste it, but change the function into PPMT. And then again, we have to drag and drop it. To get the yearly balance is easy. We only have to subtract the principal of that year from the original balance or the original principal. And then once you have subtracted it, we need again to drag and drop it, and that's how you get an amount of 0 at the end of year 5. So that's how you compute for the loan amortization.
Thank you for watching. #Excel with Excel.